Hello beautiful people, you are welcome back to this channel. My name is Odunayo and I'm a public health specialist, and in today's video we are going to be discussing about real issues that we should talk to our adolescents about, or girls that are getting to the age of puberty. So you have a niece, you have a daughter, or it's even you yourself and you are just getting to puberty. A lot of things, you are getting them everywhere on your body. Your boobs, your hips are coming out. You are getting pubic hair and all those things, they are coming out, and you are wondering, what should you be talking to these girls about? I'm making this video because a lot of things we talk to our young girls about are not the main issues. They are not the main issues, or should I say, it goes beyond those things. And those are the issues of morals. And okay, then say, oh, some parents will go as far as say, oh, if a boy should touch you like this, then you're going to get pregnant. We just scare them a lot about sexual intercourse, which for me, I believe is not the main issue, because all those things is just going to spark the curiosity in them, and they are going to go and do it anyways. So how do you have discussions around these things, and what are the main discussions you should be helping them? Because at the end of the day, when they know these things, it is also going to prevent them from going into sexual escapades that will be detrimental to them. So number one thing that I'll be talking about is positive self-awareness. Positive self-awareness. Why do you need positive self-awareness? You need positive self-awareness because it helps to build their self-esteem. It gives them a good self-esteem. Positive self-awareness means that you know your personality, you understand areas that you have weaknesses, you understand the values that you want to stand by, and you let them understand that people are different, both physically, especially now that they are beginning to notice a lot of things on their body. They might start comparing themselves to this person and all. You let them know that people are different. Yours might be big, mine might be small, yours might come early, mine might come late, mine might come early, yours might come late. People are different and we are unique in our differences, and that is what makes the world beautiful. So individual personalities differ, your value systems differ, your body appearances differs, what gives you joy differs. So they should begin to find themselves at that stage rather than being obsessed with the way I look, because it is almost inevitable or that a young lady might be trapped in the cocoon of obsession about the changes in her body. She's trying to see, oh, how does my VV now looks like, how does my boobs looks like, oh, they are worried, when would I start wearing a bra, when what sort of panties should I wear, oh, somebody's mom is buying her this kind of undies, my mom is, we all go through all these things, and sometimes we parents act as if we almost forgot that we struggled with these things also while we were entering puberty. So it becomes essential that you let them know that they should be satisfied, contented with what they have, contented with their body, contented with their personality. I didn't use the word satisfied because satisfied means that you don't want to get better, you don't need anything more. But contentment means that you are happy with what you have, even though you don't mind if it gets better, but you are at the state where you are happy, you have joy, you are not so bothered about things that you don't have or things that you don't have control over. So that is why positive self-awareness is very cogent for a young girl, for an adolescent. The second thing is to have a good negotiation power. a good negotiation power. It is a life skill that is very important, that is very critical to even if that girl is going to live long and make right choices for herself. Because we are not in a one-man island. I have you, you have me. We will always come in contact either in relationships, in education, career, in business, in every sphere, even religion, in every sphere of life. You should know how to negotiate your options. And that starts from the first one, which is positive self-awareness. Before you can negotiate your options, you must have identified your values. You must have understood your personalities. You must have understood what makes you stand out, who you are, what triggers you, what you want and what you do not want. So when you know those things, then you should have the power to negotiate. You are in a relationship with somebody, you should be able to negotiate or decide if you want the relationship, romantic relationship now, to be sexual or not. And you should also have the willpower to be able to walk away from compromising situations or relationship. It is okay for you to say no to people. And it is very okay for people also to say no to you. No means no. You don't have to do too much explanation, especially when you know that this person is not on the same radar with you, is not understanding you, and it's not saying things from your perspective. You don't need to spend so much time and so much effort trying to convince this person to come to your side. You should learn when to let it go and move on. That is the power of negotiation. You should also know how to let people be in their person. Just as you don't want people to impose themselves on you, you should also not want to impose yourself on other people. There is also a room for growth. Like I said earlier when I was talking about self-awareness, it is very critical that you are ready to grow. There might be some personality that you have or some traits, characters that you have that you can emulate from others. I use myself as an example. When I was in the university, I was reading so much, but I was struggling with my grades also so much that I remember I read so much for I read so much. Maybe I should just make a video especially for young people on how I was able to move from lower 2-2 to a 2-1. I graduated with a 2-1, So I remember there was a course I had E, and somebody was like, oh, how come maybe you don't read enough? And I told the person, I said, thank God I read this textbook 6 different times. If I hadn't read it 6 different times, maybe I would have had an F. And then they started laughing. I said, if I read it only 5 times, maybe my F would have been guaranteed, because that was how much I was struggling then. But I met somebody who helped, she didn't have a discussion with me. She was doing very fine with her grade, and she was also reading well. You know what I did? I just copied her study pattern. I asked her, how do you do it? How do you study? She was a year ahead of me, and then she took me through everything, how she used to do these things, and I learned from her. And it was through what I gained from her that took me from that lower 2-2 that was almost going to third class for me to have graduated with a 2-1. So what am I trying to say? There are things about you that you might generally have to change, even while you have a positive self-awareness. And then secondly, I've mentioned the very good negotiation power. Thirdly is that you must have a good knowledge of your reproductive health, especially as it relates to reproductive health diseases, the signs you should look out for, the symptoms you should look out for. You should be able to tell if something is going wrong in your body. These are the things we should be telling these adolescent girls and these young people. You should know if your menstrual flow is okay, if it is not okay. I remembered when I first had my menstrual flow, and the thing I had is blood, but what I was getting was black. It was so black, I had to call my mom. I was worried. I said, Mommy, okay, I've started this thing, she knows, and that it's black. Why is it black? I thought they said this should be red. And the next thing she said was, leave me, oh, this is your first this thing and you're already worried. Even people that have been doing it for years say they have peace of mind. You just started today, now you want to kill me with question and you want to start bothering me. I just left her and I was left to start worrying on my own, hoping that okay, maybe as it goes on it will get better. I shouldn't even have been asking that question. She should have told me that, oh, when it comes out, it might not be regular. When you start it, this is how it's going to look like. This is what you are going to use. If you get to this threshold of pain. When I had my first menstrual pain, I denied it. I said I was not on my period because I hadn't seen my period and the pain started like maybe 6 hours before the period started. Everybody around me said, this thing you are feeling is menstrual pain. I argued. I said no, because I'm not on my... I never knew what menstrual pain was all about until I first got it. So all those issues are what we should be talking to adolescent girls about. How should you take care of yourself on your period? How do you maintain good hygiene as a young lady? How do you know when you talk about sexually transmitted infections? What are they? What does it look like if you are with a man and the man or a woman has reproductive health issues? How do you tell? Because some ladies, young girls, have gone into relationships sleeping with men that obviously have genital warts and they do not even know what those things are about, and they just get into it. So you must let them know beyond what they are being taught in school. I suppose that we must interestingly let them know what all these reproductive health issues about, what is endometriosis, what is adenomyosis, not to scare them, but to give them some form of knowledge and leverage so that when things are happening, they must know. What do you know about fibroids? What do you know about your boobs? If so, your boobs is not okay, like there's breast cancer, how do you prevent it? How do you prevent cervical cancer? Because you are a lady or a woman is more at risk of cervical cancer if she starts exposure to start sleeping with men before she's 16 years old. If she starts sleeping with men before she's 16 years old. So you let them know that aside, oh God, it is immoral, it is bad. Let them know that there are some other health implications of their options. Let them know what pregnancy is about, what is abortion, what options do you have when we are talking about abortion, what is contraceptives, what option do women have with contraceptives. When you fill them with enough knowledge, they can easily make their choices, coupled with the fact that you have given them a positive self-awareness. So you can be so sure that somehow they are going to make the right choice. And provided they have done something that is not good, at least they are able to protect themselves. Those things are so important. These things will reduce unwanted pregnancy among teenage girls. It is also going to reduce maternal mortality among young girls. It's going to reduce the rate at which we have young girls going for unsafe abortions. It's going to reduce the rate of which we have girls who wait until their health issues become extremely deteriorating or leading to infertility. Some girls don't even know what PID is. I had a surgical procedure that eventually led to a PID, and I never knew what PID was until I went to the lab and they wrote to me. I think I was in my early 20s, and they wrote suspected pelvic inflammatory infection. I was like, what is this? And when I went to Google said to me, oh, pelvic inflammatory infection is only gotten through STI. Yes, that was what Google said it's only gotten. That was what I saw. And I wasn't sexually active. I was having my youth service there. I wasn't sexually active, and I looked at, and I was so sure as day that I was I said, me, I have pelvic inflammatory disease from prolonged sexual transmitted infection that has been left untreated. I just treat the result somewhere. It was years later I discovered that I could have gotten an infection from that surgical procedure I had, and it could have led to an infection in my pelvic area because, of course, that place was opened I never knew, and I threw the result away. I didn't even go back to show the doctor. Said these people might be dreaming, and I threw it away because I did not know. So beyond what young girls will learn in the classroom, please parents, please and please, if you don't know these things, go and learn them. And if you cannot learn them, give your children opportunity to learn about it. Maybe thinking about it now, maybe I might just start running a free course for young girls on how to know these things. Maybe I would have to start doing it. I might be doing it virtually, maybe just for 3 days, talk to them about all these things. I used to be a part of a team that does life skill for young people before, and that is how we used to do it for them. We teach them all these things. Your children, your young girls need to know if you want to save the next generation. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I hope that even if you're a young girl and you're listening to those things, if you need help and you need somebody to talk to, please, you can check the description of this video. There, my email address is there. You can write me on my mail, or you leave a comment. Be rest assured that I am there and I am going to listen to you. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If this is something that we always love to hear about, please click on the subscribe button, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that you can get notified when I post contents like this. And essentially, please and please, this is the major way through which you can help me. Give this video a like. Don't just watch this video and go away. Give this video a like so that some other persons that need this content will also get to see it through YouTube's recommendation. And see you some other time. Please essentially make sure that you take very good care of yourself. See you some other time, and bye-bye.